Hmm, cool enough. Let's try to watch the stream again, again, and see which one do we find a little bit more interesting. Let's go for Onik. I guess now the audio can be heard from background. Makes more sense. Yep. What I think is this loadout interface. This one looks a little bit basic, too basic. There's a lot of good extraction shooter that is coming out in the market right now, I must say. let's watch something else. Let's check on this guy. What exactly he's playing, Mr. Brill. I see a lot of people hopping into Delta Force mobile version. I mean, the PC is already been occupied by many people who have got good high-end gears to run on it. Of course, the mobile version has more of a like squashed up screen. The interface. Let's see, what does he play? Okay, at least he seems to be choosing to go for operations. Many of the mobile players, they choose to play warfare mode compared to the PC players. It looks exactly the same, just the graphics seems to be a little bit off. Let's try to talk with him. Where's the chat menu? Where could be these guys from? What is this? 5 light blue super chats. Okay.
We're landing. Let's review the objectives. Keep them in mind. Complete the mission for rewards. Find high-value items and extract.
Вижу. Что за бред, блядь?
Я тоже не вижу.
А, ебать, самое
Keep
пиздец.
the following in mind.
Bro, what?
Shoot, loot, then tap the scoop.
Вообще пиздец, пиздец. Самая пизда просто.
Better be a jackpot waiting for me.
Bro, okay.
Ебать.
The FPS difference is huge. I can feel it even without playing it.
No, they're saying it's zero down.
Блядь, ну надо же было так заспавнить. Что за
Bro, how did I? Much better, probably. This cable gotta go away somewhere. Just go away, bro. Cable, go away.
What is this?
इस स्ट्रीमर के अभी 0 व्यूज है और मैं ऐसे बस एक ही सवाल
Let's have a
करना
look
चाहता
on
हूँ
this
और वो ये अगर तुम अपने गेमिंग सेटअप में एक चीज ऐड करना चाहो तो वो चीज हो क्या होगा?
But why is it dubbed though?
ये काफी अजीब सा सवाल है। एक उसमें होनी चाहिए डेस्क, उसके साथ में
Gaming chair.
How much would that be?
So basically around like $500 is kind of what I'm looking at.
Well, you know what? Here's $500.
Hey yo! What? Oh my god, what?
Oh no, set his baby off.
Dude, thank you so much for the 500 donations.
In this video, me and my friend Adam are going to be going on to multiple different streamers with 0 viewers and asking them this one question. And whatever they respond with, we'll buy them.
Oh my
Dude, what the hell?
You did not have to do that.
No way, Dan. Seriously, man. No.
Dude, what the?
We're literally going to be giving away thousands in this video, and the donations are only going to get bigger and bigger as we go on. So let's go onto Twitch and find our next streamer.
So on Twitch, right, we're going to go onto browse and we're going to look for people who need stuff for their game instead. Just chatting.
It was risky last time.
Oh my god.
It was very risky.
Risky last time.
Hopefully, this time it should be okay. Oh no! It's
so much.
It's all feet and boobs again. Sort by low.
See that
high.
4 months back.
Let's find
last
someone
year.
who needs something for their game instead of this guy.
He's playing World of Warcraft.
Oh, I do like a bit of World of Warcraft.
So we came here last time, and guess what? We were too poor to afford the alchemy skill.
He's got a nice voice.
He sounds a bit like Henry Cavill.
He does sound a bit like Henry Cavill.
I was playing a game called World of Warcraft.
You know what? I always forget I'm in a guild.
Hello. Sponsor my chat, man. Dude, if you talk to me, you'll get money.
Hey, Dante CYT. What do you do exactly? So right now I'm working like 2 gigs right now. The delivery driving I don't really want to do anymore, to be honest. But I need to do that because I'm not earning anything from YouTube right now.
Is it just me, or just like I want to listen to him speak all day? If you could have anything for your gaming setup, what would it be?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Anything for my gaming setup. If I could ever have anything right now, it's the Azeron Cyborg 2.
Let's see what it is. £229.
Oh, it's one of those weird keyboards.
Oh, the weird one of the.
Where you put your hand in, you go.
Okay, let's buy it.
That's a lot of money.
That price is nothing in comparison to listening to his voice. Okay, I've just spent £230. That's down the drain.
Oh my! Wait, is that? That's not a real. That's not a real donation, is it?
It is.
That's not a real donation.
It is.
Dante TYC, if that's a real donation, what the hell, dude?
It is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna react as if it is a real donation.
It is.
I've had like fake donations before, and I've been really excited, and then I even told my family, like, "Oh my god, someone just donated me so much money," and then I realized the next day it was fake.
Oh.
That's so sad.
Well, it's real.
Well, holy shit, Dante CYT. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Subscribe to me.
Check Dantic on YouTube. Okay, let's check out this person's channel.
Oh, we're getting a channel review.
Yeah, you're a proper YouTuber, aren't you?
Oh, you call me a proper YouTuber. Oh, that's so nice.
Building my parents their dream living room. Oh, you're a sweet guy.
Oh.
Well, I'm definitely gonna subscribe.
Yes. Boom.
And you know what? I'm skint right now as well. I have bills to pay that I haven't paid, but I was just going to put them off till next week. But I can pay some of those now.
Bro, that's so nice.
And if the donation's fake, I'm unsubbing and I'm making a hate video about it.
That's fair. I'm gonna send him an extra 100. Thanks for subscribing.
Whoa! Dante CYT with 100 more. Thank you.
You
so
know
much.
it's Dantic. Why do you keep saying Dante CYT?
Thank you so much, dude.
That was a very wholesome reaction.
This man can now pay his bills. That's wholesome. That's wholesome.
Well, but more importantly, he buys the
weird.
The weird.
Hold on a
I
second.
needed to go
Is
donate
this
some more
videos
streamers,
even
so I said goodbye to Henry
made
Cavill,
in
but who knows,
English?
maybe we'll check him back later and donate some more.
Solo Wi-Fi. One viewer.
It's even in English. It sounds different. What's the original audio?
Dan? I said Dan T, but I'm not quite sure.
Again, we asked the same question. If you could buy anything for your gaming setup, what would it be?
I don't know, because like price range, because like some of this can get really expensive, you know.
Yeah, I know, but like, but what? But
Hold
what?
on.
That's not an item.
Oh, I'd probably want nano leaves.
Nano leaves. Oh, we get you some nano leaves. Which
No.
ones exactly?
Like
Okay, I was using actually the wrong headset.
Yeah.
It is
I don't
indeed
look like I'm just like in a bog.
short in
Right,
English.
let's give her a
That's the actual audio.
Dude! What the hell? Who even are
Crazy.
you?
I'm dancing.
Are you just like going around like doing this to people?
Maybe.
Wait, hold on. Let
Because
me
I
even
know
check.
how I feel right now. I'm
What
like
does
so
he
giddy
makes?
and happy.
How big of a screen do you reckon we'll get if we donate another 100?
Ooh.
Stop it!
No.
I tried gaming in every
What?
airplane
Wow.
seat.
I don't want to cry
Tried
'cause
worlds.
I'm gonna
Look at this
ruin
gaming
your and
hotels.
my makeup, but thank you so much.
That's alright.
I greatly, immensely appreciate
So it's
it, and
him
I'm gonna
basically.
get them, and I
This
hope you
video
come
kept
back,
popping on my
'cause I'ma
screen.
put 'em
I
right
didn't
here.
click it
I'll
yet.
come back so you can see them.
That'll be so nice.
I've got my
I'm gonna
finger
subscribe him.
on the donate button. If she subscribed, we'll send another 100. Come on.
I did.
Okay, we're gonna donate.
Dude! We're subbing? There's no way!
It works! Buying subscribers works!
You just like blew my mind today. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Again, though, I had to say goodbye as I had a lot of more streamers to get through.
Go, 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 go. Oh, I hope they enjoy. Happy Christmas.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Let's go on to more live channels. Let's have a look at this guy.
It's the ginger guy.
Ginger guy.
Not too bad.
Why would he call him Ginger Guy?
Good, man.
If I could have anything for my gaming setup, probably get myself a wireless headset.
How much are they?
Maybe 70 quid?
70? We can do 70. 70 is...
That's fine. We're not breaking the bank.
For like 80 quid apparently.
80? Oh, now he tells me. Okay, I guess we're sending £80.
There you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed.
Dante, that's really generous of you. Oh my god.
No worries, man.
That's probably the nicest thing anybody's ever like sent me.
Aww.
That's nice.
We've got a nice person in the stream.
Aww.
I love all the gratitude I'm getting here, even though I haven't donated any money.
Now, originally, I thought this guy was just an average streamer, but he was about to do something that I've never seen any streamer do before.
Oh, Dantic YouTuber. Makes sense now. Now I feel like a right idiot.
First guy who gets it. Because he's the first person who worked out what my name was.
Said your name right.
He can have an extra £20. Thanks for saying my name right.
You do this to like loads of streamers and stuff like that.
Too many, to be honest. More than I should be. I'm gonna go and donate to more people, man. Have a good night.
Dude, you have a great night. Have a great rest of the year as well, and hope you get to your million subs. I appreciate it, really do.
We've currently given away quite a lot of money, but we still got so much more to give out. Now, me and Adam had been recording for about 2 hours at this point, and we noticed something
Whoa.
that didn't seem right.
Henry Cavill.
That's extensive. Out of the 2 hours
That's all back. If
video,
he's still talking,
long hours of video,
Wasn't there another game that
and
was
a lot of
similar on the
labor,
PlayStation?
20
bro,
minutes
he's such a good streamer.
have been made out as a precise clips.
Like this.
I'm doing it.
bro, why? What about food? You have to eat. Pay rent.
Bugger the food and rent. Henry Cavill. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna randomly send him £500.
Oh my.
That's like what, $700? He deserves it, man.
He's so good at
Easily
what he
deserves it.
does.
Right, you know what? £500. Ah! Money! It's leaving my bank account.
Whoa! Dantic YT just hit 500. What the heck, man? What are you trying to do to me? I won't have to work this week. Okay, I'm not going on my delivery shift tomorrow. What the? I'm not going. I'm going to keep streaming. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to cancel right now.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Dantic.
That's so sick.
You're such a cool guy. Thank you so much.
I know.
He's also such a humble guy.
it going? It's going pretty well so far. How's it going for yourself?
I'm doing good, man. Would you like some money? I'll send him £5 and I'll say, like, you seem like a chill dude.
A donation? Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you.
Aww.
No one needs to donate or anything like that. I just do this because what else am I going to do? If you had one thing in your gaming setup, what would it be? Probably the Stream Deck. To be honest, yeah, they're a lot of money.
Only we had a lot of money.
I'm gonna buy him a Stream Deck. £200.
Stream Deck.
Check your PayPal.
Ah.
No. No, I just had a real chill game over my mind.
His reaction
Come on.
is
No
the most
way,
amazing
don't.
one.
Seriously, man. No. No, 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 no. Why?
Yes, 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 yes.
No.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is so nice. I love this.
That means the world. That means, wow, seriously though, seriously, thank you. Merry Christmas and all that. Spreading goodwill, that is awesome. That is. It's left me lost for words.
Should do a bit more.
Huh?
He's nice. He's a cool dude. I'm gonna send him another.
I mean,
50. Let's see how
to be very frank and honest, this must be a really good feeling, right? To be able to give away people what they need, even without the fearing about yourself that you might run out of your own. You just have to don't worry about you might run out of for yourself. That's probably the best feeling when you are giving out to people. I wonder who is this one guy watching on the live right now? Huh? Who's this guy?
I love this guy, man. Oh.
Teddy, he's just doubled what he already had done. What the hell? I am going to take so much for that. I'm starting now. I can feel it. Thank you. Now stop. Stop. If you're still spreading love, then please, charity-wise, save the children.
You know what? Let's donate another 150 bucks to the charity that he wants to donate to. Hey, check your PayPal again. Please give this to your favorite charity.
Oh my god, crazy.
And 150. I just gifted recently 200 myself, save the children. That's another donation going to.
Come on. This damn sick headset.
I appreciate it.
Sorry for the language. It's my headset.
I'm glad we found someone
Like,
good to give some money to.
Dan, thank you so much. Much love.
even for a moment, the wires shake down.
Save the children. Thank you.
Yeah, something goes wrong and the audio gets clanked up.
Christmas,
Who is this guy?
and a great new year.
That was such a wholesome interaction, but the next person we're giving money away to
You're
is
giving me
the
40
richest,
rupees for
highest
this?
amount I've ever given away to someone in one go. And they're not even technically a streamer, but I thought
What is that
giving away money
GPSC?
in this video, I might as well put this bit in.
What is that
It was a kid
GPSC?
called Bailey whose setup I did last year, and I said in that video if we hit 10,000 likes I'd redo the whole room. Basically, I've been trying to do that video for absolutely ages. Sponsors pulled out, and I didn't want to keep them waiting, so I'm taking the budget of what I plan to spend on that video, and I'm just going to give it to them straight so they can spend that money on whatever they want.
Let's go deliver this money.
Look. Just look at this one, you know? GPSC is not going to give you this much money. I'm just saying. It's a different thing in itself, but I'm just having fun time watching this.
Christmas present. We've got a briefcase for you. If you want to open it up, you've got
Not again.
You've got £1,000 to spend on whatever you want to put in the room yourself, and then Dad, you've also got a little briefcase as well, £500 to put towards anything you want.
Check.
No worries.
And let's get back to donating to some more streamers because I'm
But
still
anyway, Thank you so much for being here, Divyesh.
Hello.
Dantic, what's good, brother? He said Dantic.
He did get my name right. Let's give him a whole pound.
Unfortunately,
Yes, I do. I appreciate you,
I
brother.
can't go
You could have one
into the
single
games
game,
right
sir.
now.
What would it be?
One of those
My
ambulance.
Put this towards it.
gaming condition is quite
Dude.
shit right now
What do you do
because
that for?
thermals are not that
That's
great.
it, baby.
I appreciate it, man.
Hardly I can sustain for 15 minutes.
Someone just tipped £50. Oh,
Damn, Daniel.
Should I refund that? Like, there is a guy, right? He just keeps enjoying me. He live streams himself enjoying me, and I told him to live stream today. So let me see if he's live streaming.
collecting money for a new laptop.
Should we give him some money for a new laptop?
I think we probably should give him some money for a new laptop. I like that he's spamming you that he's been drawing you and he's not even drawing you on the stream.
No, that is me. Look, look, yellow jumper, yellow hair. That's me.
Glasses.
Sometimes I'm wearing glasses. Let's put hello.
Oh, hello, Dantic.
Hello.
I guess first viewer on today's stream.
You seem very chill about this.
Oh my god. Are you the famous Dantic?
You are the famous Dantic.
I have been watching your channel since last year.
Oh, that's nice.
Let me see some of this artwork. Oh my god, I haven't seen this one.
When you close to 300k subscribers.
Shall we recreate that? Hang on. Wait, you go underneath.
300k there. Okay.
I created so many arts for you.
Oh god. Dantic and Dan. Whoa.
Dantic and Dan,
Whoa. Careful. You better not be crazy. Oh.
Your character in different.
This guy actually makes.
Oh, that is sick.
Wouldn't you say it?
Naruto.
This one, the last guy.
Trainer. We got
He has got some skills with the artworks.
Alright, Denten. Yeah, okay. I should get some of these printed out. These are
This topics that you're writing, these are supposed to be off topic of this channel.
I guess I have done.
This is not the right place to discuss about that.
What?
That's a lot.
That's so many.
I certainly like to keep it
Reckon these drawings are worth?
distinguished, not
10, 50.
mixed up between this and that. On this one,
Amazing. Well, this is good.
Let me ask my dad.
Okay, we'll be back in 20 minutes, alright?
Whilst this guy fixed his PayPal, Adam went to go get some food, and 20 minutes later we were ready to try again.
How much should we pay for that? I think $500 is a really good amount. 5.
sorry for that, Burf.
Macaroonies. Let's send it. 3, 2, 1, send.
Can you quickly check on Google how much that would be?
Happy on.
Like $5,306 US dollars
That's
in the local currency. Go check on that.
Like, help me a lot. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for helping me buy a laptop. Now I'll be able to.
Thanks for the crazy artwork, dude. Keep striving. I genuinely love doing YouTube, man. This
Yeah.
is the best way I think I'd love to spend money. It's just giving it to other people, making them smile. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna go check back in with Annoying Llama, see what he's doing.
Well,
Thank you so much for coming in, man.
frankly, it's a really great feeling, I believe, to be able to help people like that. You don't have to think about.
God damn! Wait, hold up. Wait, what? You said another 100, my guy? What the? Oh my god, bro! Like you, God, thank you so much, my man. Seriously, oh my god, Dantic. Before you leave, can I have one more request? Can I have one more? Can I play you a song? It's the least I can do.
Yeah, of course.
This song is for you, Dantic. Thank you so much for the support. So this song is called "As the World Comes Crashing Down." So here's this for you, my man. How are we going to fall in our ways and tell the whole world that I cannot sit here and
I know,
in the storm?
but I like I said, this thing and this thing remains segregated. It's not something that interrelates.
We have given away quite a bit in this video, and I still want to give away one more donation. And I just want to say, I want to do this video again. I really do, because when I see these people's reactions.
Oh my! Wait, is that? That's not a real.
Dude, what the fuck?
No way, Dan. Seriously, Russ. No.
years in miles.
Sometimes, sometimes you really need to get out of the
on my face.
usual routine in order to ah.
You just hit $400. Thank you so much.
That's crazy. That's something crazy. All right. We'll check something else. Most of the feeds are filled up today with this game, our creators. Let's check some Delta Force. Anyone streaming Delta Force today apart from mobile? There's people playing mobile. What's in the news? Yeah, all this trash. Everything is trash. Nothing is useful. They get one issue and they will run it for next whole 2-3 weeks. Yeah, these people are stuck in the same cliche games. Is he playing? Oh. Okay, now he's also gone to that game. Everyone seems to be busy with the arc raiders. I crazy enough. I already told you. What is this? Why is all this nonsense things in live? What is he doing? What is this donations? Ah, okay, the same shit. Let's have a look on this one.
हर दिन 73 करोड़ लोग भूखे सोते हैं, यानी कि दुनिया का हर 11वां इंसान.
Why? And that should just never be the case. So I want to show you how it's possible that we're providing one meal for every 20 views on our main channel video. And some of the things that didn't make the final cut. Starting off in Kenya, where we've been before to help with unlimited access to clean water. But this time, we're tackling another problem. Food. Studies have have shown that by providing a meal to these kids at school, attendance rates can increase by up to 50%, and scores can go up by up
Certainly,
to 20%.
when you have
Now,
exams,
because of
doesn't
this,
necessarily
later in
mean
this
you,
video, I had to find
a
out
sane
what is the
human being
real
will
reason
study
behind
24
world
into
hunger.
7.
And what I found out, honestly,
I've just
shocked
started
me.
streaming right now.
Carol's
And
the principal of
this is
multiple
not the
schools
time
here.
to
She
talk
said
about
you can tell
exams.
when kids
That's
are
what I know.
malnourished because when it's like
Basically,
recess,
I've got
they don't
24
play,
hours
they
in a
just lay
day.
around.
That's why when you come to
Out of
school,
that
you'll find
24
them
hours,
weak and not energized. When you come during
7
breaks,
hours is
you'll just find them
a
seated
sane human
and they
being
don't have the
or a
energy to
person
play.
like me
And
will take
unsurprisingly,
time
after
to sleep.
everyone was fed, I noticed a
Right?
remarkable shift in
I've
the
got
mood.
a couple more hours in my hand before the day ends. How you use it depends on that. Simply taking a pile of books in front of you and contemplating to be studying on it doesn't necessarily mean you are actually putting into some productive tasks that I can say of.
Less than 1,000 calories a day. After this, they will have a consistent source of food at school. They'll learn more.
As long as your mind is not free
Overall,
of
just be happier, which I think we all agree is what we want from
nonsense
kids.
clutters.
All right, we're at another school, this time with over 500 students. Show all the
And of
students.
course, even if somebody is not doing this, when you talk about somebody wasting time, they might be doing completely something else. This is my way of devoting some side time or whatever remains before my day ends.
But before we left, the behind-the-scenes team was given an exclusive look through one of Kenya's top universities, where I had the chance to speak with some of their business students.
It depends. It depends. Why? I mean, what are you even trying to define by my definition? That's my question. It's your choice, or rather, I would say your approach. Like what you are aiming for. If you are looking for a specific goal that requires a specific way of study style,
It's honestly amazing.
you might
that
want to
these
try for
communities put
yourself
together
that
ceremonies just like this one as a thank you for
what are the
providing something they should
what
already
exactly
have
is the
access to,
goal? Like
food.
how what kind of approach does it demands? Right? If you can manage the
Like they said, I'm super
syllabus,
excited to
not
get this
manage,
whole
but
program
if you
going
think
and some
like
other community
sitting for
development events. Excited to meet all
consistent
of you
3
and
hours
work
every
with you.
day is
Thank you for
something
having
that
me and thank you
makes
for all the
you
kind
feel
words.
more
I appreciate
productive.
it.
That's what you should do, rather than slogging yourself in the name of exams or preparations for 7, 8, 9 hours. Of course, even that is required, but only after a certain period of time. As a human being,
Celebrations aside,
you
one
tend
major
to
thing I
behave,
wanted to do
you
in
are
Ghana
supposed to
was
behave
check
like a
out some of
human
the
being.
cacao
You are not a
farmers.
robot,
Adult farmers
right?
typically earn
If you are forced
significantly
to
less than a living wage,
think and
their
act
children
like
are
a
often put to
robot,
work so that
or
families can survive. We've been working hard at
forced,
Peaceables to
or
pay
you
all the
you
adult
yourself
farmers a
force
living
yourself
income
to
reference price so that we can reduce
robot,
child labor.
if
And I
you
got
know,
to
to
see the
behave like a
cacao farms
robotic
in person
behavior,
and shoot a video to
as
promote
if
this
you are
entire
programmed to
mission.
do
You see,
something that
big chocolate pays their farmers
you are
so
not
little
supposed to be
that they
doing,
make less than $1 a day on
then I
average.
don't think
First,
so
we
your
pay 100%
productivity is
of our
anyway
cacao
going to
farmers a living
multiply.
income reference price. Second, 100%
Make
of our
sense?
cocoa is fair trade certified, which is a
Anyhow,
gold
whatever you
standard
can
of
do
ethical
will
certification.
rather
Appreciate you.
have more
Appreciate you guys.
chances
I'll
to
see you guys
diminish
tomorrow.
than rather to be
There you go.
multiplying it
Everyone
and
who
then
watches the main
multiplying
channel
it.
video might not fully understand the impact, but this is going to keep a lot of kids at school. It's going to lower the dropout rate. It's
Ah,
gonna
you
get
want to
people
mute the
off
video?
cacao.
Okay.
We just kicked off the school meal program
Hope,
here. Crazy
hope,
enough,
hope now, now you can hear me.
because rumors went around that I was starting a meal program, and then since we started a couple of days ago, 11 more have
Well, you see, there's a slight problem. The way you seek perspectives, and you try to create conversations with people, that's something you need to practice and you need to enhance. That's what I see as a issue in you. Like in order to strike a conversation, you rather not question somebody's boundaries or ideal values that they might believe on, or the kind of priorities they might set on, because we as an individual, we may never know what kind of life you are leading or dealing with in your life, okay? At a given point of time, within 124 hours, as an individual, you'd probably have not one individual task to complete in a day, but endless number of what I can say, endless number of things to do in one given day. So, necessarily, if you are dividing yourself into several other tasks, within that given time frame doesn't mean that you are losing your productivity, or I should say your focus from the other tasks, as long as you are committedly doing it and with your subconscious mind figuring out why you are actually doing rest of the task. For example, you woke up, your first task, you went to the washroom, cleaned yourself up, freshened up, you took a nice brush of your teeth. Okay, now you felt hungry enough, you prepared yourself a breakfast, you had a breakfast, done with it, right? Now what? Now, like every other individual starts their day like with after breakfast, probably somebody might have a fixed schedule of going to what do you call that, uh, gym, or probably somebody might go out exercising, do basic cardio. Some people might have a habit of doing yoga, somebody might have a habit of doing meditation. But now, would you say that the person doing a meditation is deemed to be not fit as much um, as the person who goes to the physical space to do physical exercises? No, right? It would likely depend on the person. What is their requirement and how committedly and religiously they are actually doing on that task, right? I hope that makes more sense. It depends. So first you gotta make choices, huh? And then that choices, of course, need to have some basic orientation with practicality, what it may yield out of that number of hours that you are devoting in, and whether you are genuine enough or not. So even if you are doing an 1 hour of hard work out there doing physical exercises, if you are not authentic enough with that activity that you are doing, I think that would be rather called as procrastination. Even if you would be doing it for 2 hours, yes, your physical body would be absorbing the labor, the hard work that you are grinding upon, but I don't think so in longer run that is going to yield any impactful results in your welfare of the life, your individual life. Study for learning skill versus study for cracking any exam. What approach can we follow in those both scenarios, and how much time should we invest to reach this goal according to you? You're asking as if what do you call that? I'm the Chanakya of this strategy. No, man. But yeah, I can try if you are asking me this question. See, first of all, skill demands practical involvement. Okay. Now, I'm bringing skill is because skill is what mostly life will demand from you, such as in terms of handling difficult situations in life. Okay, a person who is always choosing the path of escapism whenever there is a difficult situation or difficult circumstances, he or she doesn't like to be involved into it, or rather do not want to have difficult conversations. So you cannot expect that sort of people to develop a sense of uh, meticulous skills in order to be able to deal with complex situations or scenarios in life, right? So in order to be master in that kind of situations, one has to willingly come forward and try to see what can be done, or why it has happened, or how it can be resolved. So unless you are involved into it directly, skill cannot be just imparted in you from somewhere, just by the help of some kind of magical boon. That's what I can say. So yeah, in life, it's not only about success or earning money. I think skill is something that makes you a better person, in terms of the way you think, the way you observe any given, you call it anything out of the box. Like when you grow up, when you are born in a certain family, you have a certain set of jurisdiction. That family has its own belief system, its own values. So in order to see something larger, or maybe something contrasting out of that values that you were born in, you need to get out, and that's when you get to learn about new set of values or qualities that can be eventually churned out as a skill that might help you in terms of tackling with different circumstances in life. That's one way, one thing. And having said about your cracking any exam or anything, well, look, the theoretical part of any given set of examination, of course, will demand commitment from you. Commitment not only in terms of uh, rotely memorizing the syllabus or the applications of that exams, but at the very first place, you have to be very much precise enough. Why would you even want to write that exam? That's the biggest question. Forget about what you might get after getting through the exam. The benefits are endless. Okay, somebody might get, for an example, a guy a guy being able to crack down any of those um, civil services type of examinations, depending upon the rank and depending upon the position they might have attained later on after getting their services and after they have been selected in the services. The opportunities are endless, right? But even before they went till that step, what might have brought them till there? Of course, understanding why they should write that exam. Makes sense. Now, for thousands of people, the questions and the answers are not same. Everybody has different questions, and everybody would have different set of answers. Well, though some people might say that questions might again be same and answers might still remain same, but I would rather not agree on that. Questions are definitely different for somebody coming from some different set of financial background, cultural background. There are several people that come and write down the examinations. They have their own challenges. They had their own fair share of setbacks in life, which might have pushed them to take a challenge of trying to write down that exams. So, first of all, they understood why, and second, how, of course, and then third, when. When, of course, that everybody knows when. So the first two thing has to be very clear enough. Why? Why is the biggest thing that most of the people on earth fails to understand? Just like, right now, I'm talking here. Why? Because I wanted to. Now, you might ask why you wanted to. Of course, I may be feeling boredom with whatever I had been doing before I have started this task. So, in order to bring myself out of that zone and give myself a different set of dopamine, or a different set of satisfaction, I might have started this task, right? So just like that, if anyone understands enough of the why before starting any task, you will eventually understand how. And within that how, you have to find out what are the essential things that one has to do, which is following up the same schedule every day. If that that particular task or the obligation matters to you a lot, you have to stick with that particular routine every day, no matter what. Just like how I was giving an example of your daily routine, the morning routine. Somebody might have habit of doing meditation 30 minutes every day. Doesn't matter what happens into their life. They will. They will wake up, they will freshen up, throw some water on their face, and then they might sit down for some 30 minutes of peaceful meditation, or they wouldn't talk with anyone nearby for the early 30 minutes of the day. So there has to be some consistency in whatever kind of things that one does, right? And again, if I bring the same example of a consistency into an example of this channel, the platform that we are speaking on right now. I mean, how long? Probably around the last ending of 2024, this channel was monetized back at the very early days of 2023. It started gaining monetary gains, but not that great enough. But in between 2024, I lost focus on this one, of course, because I had many more important things to take care of, and due to certain challenges that came up with resources that had to be present in order to contribute greatly in this channel, I felt somewhere I was not being able to put out my best of the best results due to the lacking of those resources, which partially was correct, partially was wrong. But yeah, eventually I have also observed what I have lost because of the lack of consistency and due to the breakdown of consistency. So of course, if one cannot carry on with the segment of consistency, despite having understood why one should start at the very first place, then again the journey remains incomplete. So this is not about one page of understanding. This is something that you have to understand as an entire book, right? Why, how, and when, right? The most crucial thing that I understand is the first two things. Why should you even start? That's it. For me, primarily, if I have to say, why would you even want to be? I mean, not only me, but any living human being on this planet Earth. Just ask them, why do you want to earn for yourself? Why do you need money? Everybody will have different set of explanations and answers, right? Money is something that helps you get whatever you need in life, be it taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones, your anything that has to do with living the life, because society is built up in such a way that without the money, nothing works, and nobody gives a damn about you. So for many, money is the only primary reason. For some, money is not the thing that they run behind of. They rather focus into the subtle issues of the societal things, how they can improve it, not only focusing on the monetary benefits. But eventually, monetary benefits are always there in terms of any decision being taken. Without that, I don't think so anyone would even bother to do any hard work on this living space. The time and effort everyone puts is only for that few bit of food that you get at the end of the day, right? So yeah, with all that said, mental clutter is also something that you need to look into, because with time, it's not the expectation of people that hurts you the most, but The expectation that sometimes as an individual we build within ourselves, that tends to get too much, that somewhere or the other we would feel claustrophobic. That's how I tend to feel sometimes. And just for that reason itself, this kind of platform especially helps me a lot. And yeah, when I do, I don't think about the time, the amount of time I might be spending into it, which is supposed to be considered and which I do consider, but not at that extent when I actually come here to spend as a detoxification. Yeah. Sometime I will detoxify myself by not touching this kind of things for maybe a whole week if required. And sometimes for 24 hours, sometimes maybe I wouldn't do it for 48 hours, depending upon how am I feeling within myself. Yeah. So that introspection is also required. It's not only how you are focusing only on okay, I have to do this, then I have to do this, but actually you are not making any progress within, because you really don't know where you are going. Yeah. Hope that makes sense. What is this? What are you sending? Nothing is popping up on the screen. What is this? Is that an emoji? What is that? Yeah, and yep. Also, for the fact that I have done several jobs in pursuit of trying to achieve the primary goal that I have been aiming. I have done couple jobs, like 3-4 jobs. Maybe I switched multiple jobs, which I can understand is jobs are never going to be something that will give you satisfaction to the deepest level. Yeah, yeah. But but in study, there is slightly something different. Even with consistency, like some people tend to label consistency in study as like sitting in front of the book even when you are not prepared. I don't believe into that. 1 hour, 1.5, 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. You see it, like I'll say standard is 3 hours. Standard 3 hours. See if whatever number of hours you are devoting is actually giving you some real input. See if you are actually grasping it. If you are not, I will rather be honest that okay, for that point of time, I'm unable to be focused. I'll stand up, I'll take a breather, do whatever I feel like, and I'll try to get back rather than just pretending to be I'm good at it at that point of time. You have to be realistic as well. What do you mean? What do you mean? How one should know that he or she is prepared? What do you mean by that? Of course, if you are taking up examinations like the competitive exams, you ought to know. Like I said, there are several stages, segments, the methods that you should be following. So that's all covered up within the segment which I mentioned, right? When I say why, you got to understand why are you even trying to write the exam, what you are trying to achieve, and how means how. What are the elements that you might require in order to prepare? What are the tools and resources might be required? Does it make sense? So that's what I'm saying. You got to understand what are the materials, what are the resources you might be following up in order to pursue that goal. So you already know how, the first how. The second how might tell you, okay, now this way. You got to make a tool. I'm just telling you in a layman example. I don't want to give you the technicalities of how the exam works. I'm talking about the layman example. You are trying to hunt a, food. You are trying to hunt down a animal. You're hungry. You know that, right? And now you are hungry, but in order to bring down your food, or in order to get the food, you need to figure out how. So what tools may be perfect? What are the items that might help you get that particular set of resources that you are trying to collect? That's what you need to understand. And now how effectively you want to use it, that's your intelligence that you are supposed to apply in it. One should be prepared before studying. There is nothing as such one should be prepared for studying. If your core mind is not agreeing into the fact that why are you even studying and what you actually want to achieve out of that study, I don't know what kind of preparedness you are talking about. Basically, I just mean to say, I don't believe, or I just don't want others. It depends. Again, it's your choice what you believe, what you not. But my personal perspective is I don't believe into forced studies. Yeah. Any given task, wouldn't you ask this question to yourself? Why? How? And of course, if you know that you have got a semester coming up in front of you, you have already got a reason. But now, if you really don't know your syllabus, basically you don't even know your how, right? And directly, if you don't know how, you certainly don't know the rest of the things as well. From where your resources, you wouldn't know your resources, what to collect, what to not. And when you basically don't know that, fuck it. You may pretend to be prepared for the exam, or you may pretend to be preparing for that set of examination, but you don't know that. That's what I can say. All right, let's go and check this one. Why do you want me to increase my microphone volume? Is it good now? Is it good? Is it good? Type it as fast as you can. You're too slow. I'll lower it down. What? I'm not eating. I'm not eating. I'm not eating, bro. What are you talking about? I'm not eating. It is good. So what is that but? What is that but? What is that but? I have set my mic's gain quite low. That's the thing. I don't want to bring in the noise of the fan that's running behind me. So that's your problem. That's your problem. You gotta mention that. You got to mention that. Stuck a earbud. Probably that should fix your problem. And what the hell are you even eating at this time? It's midnight. Oh, I have to fulfill viewers' requests. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay, somebody on Discord is likely calling me. Just hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yo, Gatek, what's up?
What's up?
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. So why'd you call me?
I called you just to have a chat.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Sorry
Yeah.
I wasn't picking it up. I was with my bicycle, right?
Oh, your
And,
yeah, your bicycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right now. What do you call that? I would just go into YouTube and chill kind of thing, you know, not exactly go into full-fledged gaming streaming. It's exhausting. Gaming streaming is, and also you know that this is a potato PC right now. It cannot handle streaming and gaming at the same time. Not longer anymore. No, I tried it. Like I tried it. It literally brings down the FPS at 60 to 70 like that. So you cannot play FPS games anymore while streaming.
have you saved up money?
Why? For another PC?
No shit. What do you think?
Then for what?
Bro, no, man. I'm talking about the PC, the money for a PC, right? You should like save up.
Oh, you're saying you are exactly. That's what I said. Like you ask me, have I saved up for another PC? That's what you are asking, right? That's what you are asking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why not? Why not? Why
Did
not?
you?
Not yet to that mark. I would say that I can get a new PC.
But did you save a little bit of money at least? Something like that?
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,